Good evening. In tonight's informative speech, I hope to bring you up to speed with some of the events going on with our Canadian neighbors up to the north. Have you ever been on a road trip and noticed all of the trucks on the road? Or perhaps been on an early morning trip and seen all the trucks packed in at a rest stop and thought, wow, that's a lot of trucks. Well, now envision a convoy stretching for thousands of trucks over about 40 miles long. This became a reality in Canada starting around January 15th. DailyMail.com says a convoy of 50,000 trucks stretching 40 miles long has arrived in the Canadian capital, Ottawa. In tonight's speech, I want to talk about the Canadian Freedom Convoy. I want to discuss the political climate in Canada, what the protest is and how it is carried out, and the results that have happened and are currently unfolding. First, we need to get started with understanding the political climate in Canada. On January 15th, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, his executive order went into effect that all truckers participating in international shipments be fully vaccinated. This is in addition to the other restrictions in Canada that says that you can't have family gatherings with over 10 people, otherwise you could be fined or arrested. Additionally, people may not shop at Walmart or even eat at McDonald's in some parts of Canada without showing proof of their vaccination cards. Hospitals are not allowing people in to visit their dying family or bring them anything they need. And pastors are even being arrested throughout Canada for holding gatherings that are over the gathering limits. As Rupa Subramania says for Substack.com, what's happening in Canada now is bigger than the mandates. It's a sense that they are being ganged up on by the government. In response, the Canadian Freedom Convoy was born. In response to the over 2 years of growing restrictions, thousands of truckers and many thousands of other protesters decided that they had enough. They formed a convoy stretching from British Columbia all the way to Ottawa with lots of trucks and lots of horn honking, and people came out to cheer them on. People, brown people, black people, white people, Indian people, old people, young people, people with their family, people with their little kids, all came out to cheer these truckers on as they made their way to Ottawa. The end goal of getting to Ottawa was to sit in Ottawa and stay there until the government lifted its mandates. Of course, all of this costs a lot of money, so there were several fundraisers set up, and they raised about $20 million. Once they got to Ottawa, they were trying to stay very peaceful. They were cleaning up trash, snow shoveling, patronizing local businesses, even feeding the homeless. Kids were in bouncy houses, people were together, they were singing and dancing and having a good old time in Ottawa. The truckers and the people plan to do whatever it takes to stay in Ottawa as long as possible until all the mandates and restrictions have been lifted. This is going to take some time. Let's talk about some of the results that the truckers have seen and that are currently unfolding right now. This is a constantly changing situation, so what I say now may or may not be totally different tomorrow. Some of the results that have happened are the police have really started to crack down on the convoy. It has been banned from carrying diesel cans to the truckers to keep them warm. It gets well below zero at night in Ottawa, and they'll freeze to death if they don't have gas. But despite this order from the government not to carry them gas cans, more protesters have showed up, and they have been shuttling gas cans in just about 24/7 as much as they can. Some provinces have decided to loosen their mandates and restrictions, and Ottawa even called in tow trucks to try to pull away some of the truckers and protesters. The tow truck showed up, but they sat down and joined the convoy. Just recently, Justin Trudeau declared martial law or invoked the Emergency Powers Act, and so now they have started seizing bank accounts of people who have donated to the trucker convoy and people who have been the recipients of it. All the $20 million plus has been seized by the government. Truckers have not seen a single cent of it, and their protesters are now being arrested at gunpoint. Police are smashing the windows of the trucks and pulling them out. But Mike Johnson reiterates, as many other truckers say, that they'll stay to the very end. They aren't going to be coerced to leave. They want their mandates gone, and they're going to stay as long as they possibly can. But who knows how that will end up going. The convoy organizer has actually just been arrested 3 days ago, and the government seems to be doing a fairly good job of scaring most of them away at the moment. Of course, all of these events are rapidly changing, but this is what I know for right now. When you leave here today and next time you see a truck, I hope that you'll remember this speech, and I hope I've been able to explain a little bit about the political climate in Canada, what the convoy is and how the protest is being carried out, and some of the results already taken place. Both sides are very stubborn and very determined. Who will cave in the end? What are the implications of that? Only time will tell the end result, but I hope I have been able to help educate you a little bit on what's going on in Canada. Thank you for listening to me.